Will AI take over marketing? Well, I don't think so. There, that's the end of the story. No, okay. How do I know what I'm talking about? First off, I'm a two-time Guinness World Record holder for greatest memory. I've sold millions of copies of memory courses, and I applied those memory skills to marketing in my very own PR and marketing firm, Farrow Communications, in Buffalo, New York for the past 12 years. So we talk about psychology and marketing on this channel, and a lot of people have been asking about AI. So my team and I, I've got a good team at the company.
1, 2, 3, smile. Try to smile.
And we all use AI to assist us. But the reason why I don't think it's going to take over is because it's very much a tool, not a leader. So you'll use this tool to come up with a flyer, come up with email copy, come up with responses. I just used it for hours today working out all the details for a contract. So it's incredibly valuable there, but because of the process, I don't think it'll ever rise to the occasion where it can replace people. I think it can replace a lot of tasks and make a lot of tasks easier, but it'll never really truly replace everybody. One of the problems with AI is that it's very verbose. That's the one thing I've noticed about generative AI that people are not talking about. So when you ask it a question, it gives an answer that is incredibly long. When these big AI companies are training AI, they're using thousands of people to answer a whole bunch of questions, and those people have to decide, hey, is answer A better than answer B? Well, the way they usually decide it is, does answer A have the right answer in it? Or answer B, right? Seems pretty simple enough, but what that leads to is it makes the AI want to give just tons more information, because the more information you give, the more likelihood you are to say something right, even accidentally. So generally speaking, when AI is being trained, they're not trained to be concise. They're not trained to get to the point. They're trained to be wordy. And that is the one thing that you have to know in sales, is that it is about getting all of your words out in a concise manner, being able to whittle down all your words to the least amount of words that say the most, right? It should be poetry, not prose. So that's really where I see the fatal flaw in AI, and I don't see them being able to fix it anytime soon. You can tell AI a million times, hey, make this shorter, make this shorter, make this shorter, and it still doesn't do a great job at that. So I think it's just because of the nature of how it's trained, I don't think it can ever lead the situation. We will be able to get a lot of information from AI, but usually we'll have to do dozens of queries before we get everything that we want, and then we cut out all of the fluff, all of the bulk. And we're seeing that also online too. We're seeing a lot of AI slop, because 90% of what AI makes is just unusable. There's some flaw in it. It's not quite right. It's not quite up to par. And then you go through so many iterations to find the answer that you need. So take it from head of a PR firm and marketing firm. I just don't think AI is going to replace us. I do think it makes a lot of jobs easier. Yeah, it might cut costs a little bit, so it might lower some of the revenues in some of these companies, but I think we'll just be able to produce more. Besides, if you are in the marketing space and if you are just doing a service for a fee, then you're not going to be in the marketing space much more. I want you to start thinking about how you can trade your expertise for money, not just your services. If you're just the person who is doing a particular job, you're just doing copywriting, or you're doing ghostwriting, or you're doing flyers, or you're just doing a job in exchange for a fee. This job is exchanged for that amount of money, then you weren't going to last anyways, because the world is changing to where customers really want you to lead. They want you to have the right opinion. They want you to think for them. And especially as AI is doing a lot of the stuff that doesn't require thinking, they want their marketers to be thinking. So you don't just write copy for a fee. You're the one who's thinking of the best copy that they haven't thought of. You're thinking of their branding. You're thinking of their art. You're thinking of all the details that they're not thinking of. Once you transition from a journeyman or a jobber where you're just doing a task for a fee in a business to somebody who is an expert at what they do, people will come from far and wide to hire you to get your expertise. And that's something that AI will never be able to imitate and recreate.